The quantum horizon. The vast emptiness of space stretched before Captain Daria Rodriguez, her dark eyes scanning the holographic displays that filled the bridge of the EDF horizon. The ship's sleek, angular design reflected humanity's most advanced technological achievements, a testament to innovation born from decades of interstellar exploration. NEXUS, Daria called out to the ship's AI, her voice calm but alert. Run another diagnostic on the quantum displacement field. The ship's ambient lighting shifted subtly, reflecting the eye's processing. Diagnostic complete, the AI responded, its voice a carefully modulated blend of technical precision and subtle warmth. Quantum displacement field operating at 98.7% efficiency. Minor fluctuations detected in secondary power couplings. Chief Engineer Marcus Okoro looked up from his station, his dark skin gleaming under the bridge's soft lighting. "I'm on it, Captain," he said, his fingers already dancing across multiple holographic interfaces. Unlike traditional ship designs, the EDF Horizon was a marvel of adaptive engineering. Every system designed with multiple backup protocols and innovative failsafes. The frontier colony of Nova Horizon hung in the distance, a delicate cluster of interconnected habitation modules and agricultural domes. Humanity had pushed further into space than any previous civilization, not through overwhelming force, but through adaptability and collaborative innovation. Suddenly, NEXUS's tone changed. "Captain, detecting anomalous quantum signatures at the edge of our sensor range. Pattern does not match any known spacefaring species in our database." Daria's muscles tensed. First contact scenarios were always unpredictable, and humanity had learned through hard lessons that assumptions could be fatal. "Magnify and analyze," she commanded. The holographic display shifted, revealing a massive energy signature unlike anything they had encountered before. The shape was organic yet geometrically precise, curves that seemed to defy traditional understanding of spatial mechanics. "Marcus," Daria called, "what are we looking at?" The chief engineer's eyes widened. "Those energy signatures. They're using quantum entanglement as a propulsion mechanism. That's theoretically impossible with current technology." "Apparently not for them," Daria muttered. NEXUS interjected, "Incoming communication attempt. Communication method is non-linear, utilizing quantum frequency modulation." The bridge fell silent. This was beyond standard first contact protocols. Humanity had encountered numerous alien civilizations, but none had demonstrated such advanced quantum communication capabilities. "Can we translate?" Daria asked. Attempting quantum linguistic decryption, NEXUS responded. The ship's systems hummed with intensity, adaptive algorithms working at speeds that would have been unimaginable just decades earlier. Marcus leaned closer to Daria. "Whatever they are, they're not following any conventional communication standards we know." The quantum communication began to resolve, not as words, but as complex mathematical patterns that seemed to dance across their screens, a language of pure information that challenged human perception. Daria Rodriguez represented humanity's best qualities: adaptability, curiosity, and an unbreakable spirit of exploration. Where others might see an incomprehensible threat, she saw an opportunity to understand, to learn, to expand the boundaries of human knowledge. "NEXUS," she said firmly, "continue translation efforts." Marcus prepared defensive and communication protocols. "We're going to make first contact, and we're going to do it our way." The EDF Horizon held its position, a beacon of human determination against the unknown, ready to face whatever challenges the universe might present. Shadows of the collective. The quantum communication patterns continued to pulse across the EDF Horizon's displays, a mesmerizing dance of mathematical complexity that challenged human understanding. Captain Daria Rodriguez studied the intricate signals, her mind racing with possibilities. "NEXUS," she called, "are you making any progress on translating these signals?" The AI's response was measured. Partial breakthrough detected. The communication appears to be a collective consciousness transmission. Each mathematical pattern represents a fragment of a larger, interconnected thought process. Chief Engineer Marcus Okoro leaned forward, his scientific curiosity piqued. A collective consciousness. That's more than just advanced communication. It's an entirely different mode of existence. The alien vessel, if it could be called a vessel, continued to maintain its position at the edge of their sensor range. Its structure defied conventional understanding, appearing to shift and recalibrate constantly, as if the very concept of a fixed form was alien to its nature. Supreme Strategist Krulax of the Collective observed the human ship through a complex neural network that spanned multiple dimensional planes. Humans were an anomaly, a species that didn't conform to the standard evolutionary patterns the Collective had encountered across thousands of star systems. Analyzed their response patterns, Krulax communicated through the collective consciousness. Millions of interconnected minds processed the data simultaneously, searching for vulnerabilities, understanding, strategy. Back on the EDF horizon, a breakthrough occurred. Ninexus's voice carried a note of excitement rarely heard from an AI. Captain, I'm beginning to interpret fragments of their communication. It appears to be a collective assessment. We are being evaluated. Daria's hand instinctively moved to the tactical display. Evaluated for what? Marcus's voice was tense. Potential integration or elimination. The Collective's approach to galactic civilization was ruthlessly efficient. Species were categorized into three primary classifications: those to be integrated, those to be studied, and those to be removed. Humanity had not yet been definitively placed in any category. Krulax's collective consciousness probed deeper. The humans were unlike any species they had encountered. Their technology was primitive by collective standards, yet showed signs of rapid, unpredictable innovation. Their biological and technological systems were loosely integrated, creating an adaptability that defied standard predictive models. Initiate preliminary contact protocol. Krulax transmitted through the collective network. On the EDF horizon, the quantum communication suddenly intensified. The ship's systems flickered, not from an attack, but from an overwhelming flood of information. It was as if the Collective was attempting to download the entire essence of human existence in a single moment. Quantum shields, Daria commanded. Marcus's fingers flew across the interfaces, activating a series of adaptive protection protocols developed from humanity's most advanced research. Ninexus spoke quickly. Captain, the communication is not an attack. It's a form of comprehensive assessment. They are attempting to understand us, our motivations, our potential, our threat level. The bridge crew watched in a mixture of awe and tension as complex geometric patterns danced across their displays. Each pattern was a multi-dimensional representation of human data, technological capabilities, cultural information, genetic potential. They're trying to categorize us, Marcus muttered, like we would catalog a new species. Daria's response was immediate. We are not a specimen to be classified. The Collective's assessment continued. Humanity represented an anomaly, a species that didn't follow predictable evolutionary paths. Their technology was a strange mix of advanced theoretical concepts and surprisingly robust, almost crude engineering solutions. Krulax's collective consciousness reached a preliminary conclusion. Humans were neither to be immediately integrated nor completely eliminated. They were interesting. Prepare initial response protocol, Daria commanded Ninexus, but nothing that gives away our full capabilities. The quantum communication continued, a silent battle of information, complexity, and potential. The EDF horizon held its position, a single ship representing an entire species, facing an alien intelligence beyond conventional comprehension. Humanity's first true test of galactic relevance had begun. Unconventional warfare. The quantum communication persisted, a silent dialogue that pushed the boundaries of human understanding. Captain Daria Rodriguez knew they were engaged in something far beyond a traditional first contact scenario. Ninexus, she called, analyzed the communication patterns for any recurring mathematical sequences. The AI's response was instantaneous, detecting complex recursive patterns. The collective's communication method suggests a hive-like intelligence that processes information simultaneously across multiple dimensional planes. Marcus Okoro pulled up a series of holographic displays, each showing increasingly complex mathematical models. "They're not just communicating," he muttered. "They're probing. Every signal is a potential weapon. Every transmission a potential invasion vector." Unbeknownst to the humans, a smaller species had been observing the encounter. The Zora, a nomadic civilization of technological scavengers, had long survived by understanding the intricate dynamics between larger galactic powers. Their lead navigator, Ren Voss, studied the interaction between the human ship and the collective with keen interest. Aboard the Zora observation vessel, Voss turned to their primary communication specialist. "The humans are different," he observed. "Most species would either attempt immediate aggression or complete submission when faced with the collective." The communication specialist, a multi-limbed being named Kira, adjusted several sensory arrays. "They're adapting in real time. See how their defensive systems are responding. It's not just technological. It's almost organic." Back on the EDF horizon, Marcus made a breakthrough. "Captain, I'm detecting something unusual in our quantum shield modulation. The AI is actually learning from the collective's communication attempts." Daria raised an eyebrow. "Explain." "NetXUS is treating each communication attempt like a complex puzzle," Marcus explained. "Instead of blocking or responding conventionally, we're essentially learning their language by letting them speak to our systems." The collective, meanwhile, was growing increasingly perplexed. Their standard assessment protocols were failing. Humans didn't respond like any species they had encountered before. Their technological systems were inefficient by collective standards, yet demonstrated an unprecedented ability to adapt and improvise. Krelax communicated through the collective consciousness. "Analyze anomalous response patterns. The human vessel demonstrates non-linear defensive capabilities." Suddenly, NetXUS detected something unexpected. "Captain, I'm identifying a potential alliance opportunity with the Zora observation vessel." Daria's tactical mind immediately engaged. "Can you establish communication?" "Attempting quantum-translated communication protocols," NetXUS responded. Ren Voss aboard the Zora vessel received the unexpected transmission. It was unlike any communication he had ever experienced. A complex blend of mathematical precision and intuitive leap that seemed to transcend traditional communication methods. The message was clear. Humans were proposing a collaborative approach to understanding the collective's intentions. "They're offering information exchange," Kira translated, her sensory tendrils vibrating with excitement. "Not a demand, not a threat. A genuine invitation to understand." Voss watched the quantum communication patterns. The human approach was radical, treating a potential threat as an opportunity for mutual understanding. On the EDF horizon, Marcus worked frantically. The quantum shields are now acting like a learning network. Each interaction with the collective is adding to our understanding. Daria recognized the significance of the moment. This wasn't just a defensive strategy. It was a fundamentally different approach to first contact. Where other species might respond with fear or aggression, humans were choosing curiosity and adaptability. "NetXUS," she said quietly, "continue information exchange protocols. Let's show them what human innovation really means." The quantum communication intensified, a complex dance of information, potential, and unprecedented possibility. The EDF horizon stood as a testament to human ingenuity, not as a weapon of war, but as a bridge of understanding. Humanity's unconventional approach was about to be tested on the greatest stage imaginable. The quantum gambit. The quantum communication had transformed from a potential threat into a complex neural network of information exchange. Captain Daria Rodriguez watched as the EDF Horizon systems began to reveal unprecedented insights into the collective's communication methodology. "Marcus," she called, "what are we learning?" The chief engineer's eyes were wide with scientific excitement. "It's revolutionary, Captain. The collective's communication isn't just a method of information transfer. It's a form of collective problem-solving that transcends individual perception." Nexus interjected, its voice carrying a hint of what could only be described as intellectual enthusiasm. "Developing adaptive response matrix. Each communication cycle provides exponential increases in understanding." Aboard the Zora observation vessel, Ren Voss and Kira continued to monitor the extraordinary interaction. The human approach was unlike anything they had witnessed in galactic diplomacy. "They're not defending," Kira observed. "They're learning." Krolax of the collective processed the ongoing interaction through millions of interconnected consciousnesses. The humans presented an unprecedented anomaly, a species that didn't conform to standard threat assessment protocols. Deep within the EDF Horizon's engineering bay, a breakthrough was taking shape. Marcus Okoro had discovered something extraordinary about the quantum communication attempts. "Captain," he called out, "I think I've identified a potential defensive strategy that's also a communication method." Daria moved quickly to his station. The holographic displays showed a complex network of mathematical patterns, each one a potential weapon, a potential communication channel, and a potential bridge of understanding. "Explain," she demanded. Marcus's hands moved across the interfaces, pulling up intricate diagrams. "The collective's communication method is essentially a form of distributed intelligence, but they have a fundamental weakness. They assume all intelligence must follow a collective model." Nexus expanded on Marcus's observation. "Humans represent a unique form of distributed intelligence. Our individual autonomy is our strength, not a weakness." The quantum gambit was taking shape. Rather than trying to match the collective's communication method, the humans would use their fundamental difference as a strategic advantage. Ren Voss aboard the Zora vessel recognized the developing strategy. "They're going to use their individuality as a defensive mechanism," he told Kira. "Instead of presenting a unified front, they're creating a deliberately unpredictable response matrix." On the EDF Horizon, Daria understood the profound implications. Nexus prepared to implement the quantum diffraction protocol. The ship's systems hummed with an energy that seemed to defy conventional physics. Each system, each computational node, began to operate with a level of autonomy that made the entire ship function more like a living organism than a traditional spacecraft. Krolax of the collective detected the change immediately. The human vessel was no longer responding like a standard technological system. It was adapting, learning, transforming with each quantum communication cycle. "Analyze anomalous response patterns," Krolax communicated through the collective consciousness. But for the first time, the collective encountered a system that couldn't be fully analyzed or predicted. Marcus worked frantically, his fingers flying across multiple interfaces. "We're not just defending," he muttered. "We're demonstrating a completely new form of intelligence." The quantum communication intensified. Mathematical patterns became more complex, more unpredictable. The EDF Horizon was no longer just a ship. It had become a living proof of human innovation, adaptability, and the power of individual intelligence. Daria Rodriguez stood at the center of this extraordinary moment. Humanity was writing a new chapter in galactic interaction, not through overwhelming force, but through unprecedented creativity and adaptability. "Nexus," she said quietly, "continue the quantum gambit." The universe watched and waited. Resonance of humanity. The quantum communication had evolved into something beyond traditional understanding. Captain Daria Rodriguez stood at the epicenter of a moment that would redefine humanity's place in the galaxy. Nexus's voice carried a sense of anticipation. Final quantum integration sequence initiating. Probability matrices suggest unprecedented outcome. Krolax of the collective experienced something entirely new. Uncertainty. The human vessel had transformed the entire communication paradigm, creating a form of interaction that defied the collective's most advanced predictive models. Aboard the Zora observation vessel, Ren Voss and Kira watched in astonishment. They're not just communicating, Voss murmured. They're fundamentally challenging the nature of intelligence itself. The EDF horizon began to pulse with a unique energy signature. Marcus Okoro worked frantically, his fingers dancing across multiple interfaces. "Captain," he called out, "we're generating a quantum resonance field that's unlike anything in our previous models." Daria understood the profound implications. Humanity was about to demonstrate its true potential, not through military might, but through an unprecedented approach to understanding and interaction. The quantum communication reached a critical point, where the collective expected submission or conflict. They encountered something entirely unexpected, a form of intelligence that celebrated individual diversity while maintaining a remarkable ability to collaborate. "NEXUS," Daria commanded, "initiate full quantum diffraction protocol." The ship's systems responded in a way that seemed almost alive. Each computational node, each defensive system, began to operate with a level of autonomy that made the entire vessel function more like a living organism than a traditional spacecraft. Krillaks of the collective processed the interaction through millions of interconnected minds. The humans were presenting a fundamental challenge to everything the collective understood about intelligence, communication, and potential. "Analyze." Krillaks transmitted through the collective consciousness, but for the first time, the collective encountered a system that couldn't be fully categorized or understood. The quantum resonance field expanded. It wasn't a weapon, wasn't a defensive mechanism. It was a communication method that spoke to the very nature of existence. The EDF horizon became a beacon of human potential, demonstrating a form of intelligence that was simultaneously individual and collective, predictable and completely unpredictable. Marcus Okoro made a final, crucial adjustment. "We're not just defending," he said quietly. "We're showing them a new way of understanding." Ren Voss aboard the Zora vessel recognized the moment for what it was, a fundamental shift in galactic understanding. "They're rewriting the rules of first contact," he told Kira. The quantum communication reached its peak. The collective faced a choice: attempt to destroy what they couldn't understand, or acknowledge a new form of intelligence. NEXUS's voice carried a sense of profound significance. "Quantum resonance field at maximum capacity. Initiating final communication sequence." Daria Rodriguez understood that this was more than a moment of first contact. This was humanity's declaration of its place in the universe, not as a conquering species, not as a submissive one, but as a fundamentally unique form of intelligence. "Show them who we are," she said quietly. The universe held its breath. The quantum communication pulsed, a complex mathematical symphony that spoke of potential, of diversity, of an intelligence that refused to be constrained by traditional understanding. And then, silence. Aboard the EDF horizon, the crew waited. Aboard the collective's massive consciousness network, millions of interconnected minds processed the unprecedented interaction. Aboard the Zora observation vessel, Ren Voss smiled. Humanity had made its first truly extraordinary impression on the galaxy.